Hello, my gorgeous light beings, my healers, my star seeds, my light workers. Welcome or welcome back to my channel, The Pleiadian Priestess. As always, I have a juicy reading for you guys, so stick around for the topic of today's reading. Hello, guys. If you are still here, today's reading is going to be about how does your person/men view you and how they describe your beauty. Okay, so I kind of wanted to do two separate readings, and I probably still will. But in this reading, I might as well, I thought, just add how do they view your beauty, just add it on in there, you know what I mean? So we're going to get into that today's reading. We have three groups, as you can see in front of you. We have group one with the carnelian. We'll bring it up a little closer in case you want to see it. Group one with the carnelian. Love you some carnelian. We have group two with the tiger's eye. I thought I took out Unikaya. Okay, with the tiger's eye, guys. And then we have group three with the pyrite. Pyrite. Okay, so you're going to choose the crystal, the card, the energy, or the group, the number that calls out to you the most. And then, of course, I'll be seeing you guys at your reading. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group ones. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this carnelian, then you are in the right place. Today, we're going to be getting into how does your person, men, view you, and what do they find, what do they think of your beauty, okay? How they describe your beauty. So if you feel the table or see the table, shaking a little bit, I'm sorry, I'm on a table today. Not that I'm not usually, but it's a different kind of table. It's more rickety, it's more creaky, okay? And if you hear like a constant buzzing in the background, that is the fan, because it is hot outside, it is summer, and I do need the fan on if I'm not going to be getting crazy and sweating, and feeling comfortable enough to channel messages for your reading. So just bear with me with all those things. If you don't hear anything, then amazing. If you do, I'm sorry. Now I'm trying to fix the table to make sure it's not creaking back and forth. I feel like that should be okay. So today's reading, like I said, is going to be about, like I said, it's going to be about how does your person, if you want it to be about someone in particular, then that is the intention of this reading. Set it before we get into the reading. And then also about just men in general. So this is the third most popular topic on the poll that I did, and I did say I was going to do all four of them. So the next reading would be how does your ex's family essentially view you, if you're interested in that, I guess. So yeah, we're going to get into it. So this is the card, I guess, that most represents, how do they view you. And we have pink, we have compassion, we have love, we have femininity, and we have playfulness. So this person considers you someone who is very feminine. You could like to wear pink a lot. Okay, that could be important. Or when they think of you, they think of like the perfect divine feminine figure is also what I'm hearing. So like when they think of womanhood and they think of fertility and they think of what a woman should be or how they should act or what their like ideal woman would be, I do feel like this person is thinking of you. Okay, so we also have playfulness here, so there could be like a childlikeness about you. You're very playful, you're very jokey, you're very, like sometimes you have a tendency like to be unserious, and it's not like in a bad way, it's in a very good way. Because life has a tendency to be very serious sometimes, and I think this person does value being with people who make life worth living, who make life less serious and more fun, who has like a very playful energy to make anything into a good time, to see things from a different perspective. That kind of energy is coming through from you. So this person could have lived a hard life, or they live a hard life, and you're kind of the outlet for them. You make everything fun. You could like to turn things into games. Like, you just have that air of you about you. You're also someone who's very compassionate. So I do feel like this person, I'm hearing you're like the perfect mother, they would think. Or you could remind them of their mother, which is a good thing. I'm not getting it in like a bad thing kind of way. It's just, the way your mother is the person that makes you feel the most safe, or is supposed to anyway, make you feel the most safe in your most important growing years. That's how this person feels with you. They feel very safe, that you take care of them. You're very beautiful, I'm hearing. A very womanly figure is also what I'm hearing. So there's like there's emphasis on the curves, there's emphasis on the cleavage, there's emphasis on the booty watanga area, okay? Hips, waist, all that kind of stuff, the perfect divine feminine goddess like statue-esque kind of, body. That's the vibe that I'm getting for you guys. That's how they view you. Okay. So what else? I'm sorry, that was just so out of tune. I was singing karaoke this weekend, so my voice may not be tip top. So if any songs coming through, if y'all hear it come out creaky or crazy, I'm sorry in advance. But yeah, pink, very much like a very just beautiful energy, a beautiful air about you. I'm like pink, like the inside of your baby pink. Deep inside, we're all just pink. Interesting. That song is coming through by Janelle Monáe, Pink. So like I said, there's something here about maybe wanting to be with you in that kind of way, okay? Um and it's like deep inside we're all just pink. So maybe you see the deepest insides of this person. You're able to see them very clearly. You know, you see them, you understand them. That's what, how this person views you as well. So I do want to get some more cards from this deck. Like you just see them very clearly. They love that, which is that compassion vibe. It's like you allow them to be themselves. You allow everyone to be themselves, honestly. I'm hearing there's not a judgmental bone in your body. I just heard. So you could be very cutesy, very playful. You like to tease people, that kind of vibe, you know? You bring like a very light air wherever you go. We have ebony. Ooh, that just took me to the wrong place, y'all. Ebony. I'm not even gonna get into it, but anyway, your skin could be ebony. You could have nice, shiny, dark, or more brown tone kind of skin. Even if you're not someone who is of black or Indian or Hispanic descent, you could have like a nice tan to your skin with ebony coming through here. But we have luxury, we have mystery, maturity, and pessimism. And it's funny how when I said you don't have a judgmental bone in your body, I immediately got Virgo. Because Virgos are said to be the most judgmental sign, but I kind of feel like they're just very astute. Okay, so you could be someone who's astute as well. You see things that other people don't see, and you kind of bring it to their attention, and people think of it as being judgmental, but you're just being helpful or attempting to be helpful if people take it in the right way, which is why this person sees you as well, because you could be someone who is a Virgo or you have Virgo tendencies. Okay, that song is coming through as well. I think that is a song by Keke Palmer. Virgo tendencies. You could have Virgo tendencies where you see a lot of things happening and you bring attention to it and you want to change and help and fix and elevate, and it's kind of like people see that as a bad thing because people don't want to be called out on their BS. It's one thing that I have learned as a human being. Okay, human being. Okay, I've learned that people don't like to be called out on their BS. So you can be someone who does that, and then of course you get stamped with the, oh, you're judgmental. You're not judgmental. You just see things that people would like to keep hidden. You're very, like I said, astute in that kind of way. And this person sees you as you are as well. They don't see you as someone who's judgmental. They just see you as someone who's compassionate, who wants to help people. Now here we have like a very another kind of, I'm hearing deep. This person, yeah, deep like the inside of your baby. Because like deep, this is like a more deep pink. It's not like a powdery, flowery pink. It's a deep pink. So there's something like very deep about you, and that's also why we may have mysterious here with ebony and deep. Is what people would call the complexion of people who have like a deeper skin tone. Your skin tone is deep. So yeah, there's something like deep about your skin tone, about you as a person. I'm hearing both. Okay. So we have courage, we have faithful, passionate, and commitment. So this person does see you as the perfect counterpart, whether this person has ever been romantically involved with you or not, whether you guys are still in the beginning stages of a relationship or getting to a relationship. This person does see you as someone who they would like to commit to. They see you as someone who is very commitment oriented. Okay, I heard commitment phobe. So maybe this person considers you a commitment phobe or you consider yourself that way. But this is how they see you. So this person could consider you a commitment phobe. Okay. Or I'm hearing a reformed commitment phobe. Okay, interesting. At the bottom of the deck, we have yellow rose, friendship, and I love you. That's crazy. I don't, those do not correlate though. Like I love you and romantic feelings and friendship are kind of like, opposite ends of the same spectrum. Of course you love your friends, but you don't love them and you're not in love with them. So maybe this person sees you like a more friendly air, or you have a friendly air about you and they love that about you. So friendship, I love the friendship I have with Yellow could be important as well. We have like a very cheery vibe, I'm here, like I said earlier, you up the vibe. I'm hearing you up the ante. There could be also something like very excitable about you, or you excite them in like the physical way, or you excite them in like a, you know, vibe kind of, like you up the, like I said, you up the vibe, or like I said, excite them in a physical manner, because we did have deep like the inside of your, okay. And if you know that song by Janelle Monáe, she's describing basically how deep inside we're all just pink, how pink was just given to women and it's supposed to be like men can't wear pink and da 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 da, you know what I mean? So there's something here about like your femininity that they love, okay? However you, what's the word, present your femininities, they love that about you, okay? Because not everyone presents the same way, okay? But I do feel like if you're watching this, you're more female presenting, more feminine presenting. So, Ebony, yeah, there's something deep, dark, mysterious about you, like the ocean I just heard. So there is something here about your depth of feeling, your depth of understanding, your depth of relating to people is what I just heard as well. And that's compassion. Yeah, exactly. And we have passion coming through again. So faithful, passionate commitment. So there's something here about your loyalty is coming through as well. You're very faithful, or you could have like a faith that you believe in wholeheartedly, that you like take with you everywhere you go. So this person knows about it, you know? So if you're spiritual, you believe in, like I just heard, law of assumption, law of attraction. If you believe in those things, that is the faith you're carrying with you and you bring it to everyone's attention. You know what I mean? So you're not pushing it on them, but you're embodying that faith. Interesting. And carnelian is also a stone for like passion. It's also a stone, like it's like a sunstone, you know. So like passion, vigor is what I'm hearing as well. So you may have a vigor for life, and I'm hearing that thing that always comes through. You are so full of passion in life, or you're so full of music in life, and I have the perfect name for you, Vivo. So you live your life to the fullest, which this person loves, okay? Or they feel like when they're with you, they are able to live their life to the fullest. Something about that, okay? So I'm gonna move on to the next deck that we have here to see what else wants to come through. For how does your person, at the bottom of the deck when I shuffled, we have Juliet. So this person can consider you the Juliet to their Romeo, which we have inner strength and independence, and that's kind of coming through like courage again. So the quote from the movie or the book would be, my bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love as deep. What was I saying about deep? If you don't believe me, it says it right there. My love as deep, the more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite. So this person's love for you, which came through that I love you, is infinite. Okay, wow, this is gorgeous. This person does think you're the perfect embodiment of what a feminine is supposed to be, the way you look, the way you dress, the way you act, you know. Like I said, you may remind them of their mother, which was the first example they were given of how women were supposed to act and treat others, you know. So that there's a connection, there's a correlation between you and their mother. You make them feel the safest they've ever felt. Because like I said, that's how moms are supposed to make you feel safe and at home, okay? So yeah, this person's love for you is deep. And now that song is coming through by Julia Michaels. Somebody left me feeling empty and somebody ripped me at the seams, but you're bringing back all of my feelings. You're bringing back all of my feelings. I'm deep diving into your emotion. I'm deep diving into your emotion. Something, but you're bringing back all of my feelings. Yeah, there's something here about that. This person, like they said, somebody left me feeling broken and someone ripped me at the seams, but you're bringing back all of my feelings. So this person may have been ripped at the seams. They were numb after maybe a betrayal from someone, a heartbreak, something, a breakup. And by meeting you, you brought back all their emotions. You ripped them at the seams, you know? So it's kind of like you ripped them and you made something new out of them, is what I'm hearing. You made them believe in love. You made them believe in life. Again, maybe you started off as friends and you kind of brought them back to life, okay? Is what I'm hearing as well. So how this person view you, they think of you as like a lifesaver. But like I said, you up the ante, you up the vibe. You know, like I said, you're a amplifier, which I say in readings sometimes, where you come around and things just get more intense in a good way, in a bad way, it doesn't matter. Whatever that person is feeling and whatever they feel around you, you like amplify that feeling. So if it's a feeling of love, you amplify it. If it's a feeling of lust, you amplify it. If it's a feeling of hatred or it's a feeling of dislike, you amplify it. You know what I mean? So let us, what the heck? How did the tarot card get in here? That's crazy. And here we have the world. So you are this person's world. What? That's crazy. How did, I didn't even notice a tarot card was in here. And this was a tarot card that I was going to use before I changed the deck. That's wild. I'm like, where's the deck? So I guess that's important. It came out for a reason, for your group for a reason, okay? We have time to say goodbye, farewell. This gives me the vibe this person never wants to say bye to you. So how does the person or men in general view them? We have Count Paris, narcissistic, attractive, noble, and sincere. Okay. Count Paris. I'm hearing Count Chocula. That cereal could be important to somebody here. Count Chocula or Dracula could be important as well. Okay, so you're someone who's noble, which is coming through again. With that maturity, they do think you're someone who's very mature. And I didn't finish my thought. That pessimism is giving me like maybe this person does have a more pessimistic view, but you bring the light to their pessimistic shadow. So you're like the light to their shadow, essentially, you know? Interesting. How do they view you? This person could think you're potentially narcissistic, or I'm hearing you may heal the narcissism in them. They obviously think you're attractive, which we love, okay? And then we have noble and sincere. So that compassion, that commitment is coming through again. So they view you as someone who gives their all to something, whether it's work, whether it's relationship, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so how does the person view them? We have misunderstanding. See, I don't know. There could have been a misunderstanding between you guys because of this narcissistic vibe and pessimism. Maybe when this person first met you, you came off as a pessimistic, you came off as someone who's narcissistic, but the more they got to know you, the more it became like not so much of a misunderstanding, because I love how I said that this person, you understand them and you see them, they understand you, but then we have misunderstanding. So when you first met or were first getting to know each other or in your relationship in general, there could have been a lot of misunderstandings, okay? We have misinformation, ineffective, and communication. So this person can see you as someone who doesn't communicate their feelings properly. Is something that's coming through as well. I'm sorry if it's shaking. I have to move the table a little. Interesting. This is taking multiple turns. So maybe, like I said, there were multiple misunderstandings between the two of you, but there's also still love. With the world card here, I'm hearing that song "Take Up Space, Sis." So your energy takes up space. Your personality, your presence is what I want to say. Takes up space. And the songs and this wanted to come on, but I put it back. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, the song is like basically saying take up space, like stop making yourself small. So I do think there may have been a small part of you that may have been held back or reserved from this person, or there could still be parts of you that are held back and reserved from this person, because we do have that mystery here. So there's something about you that this person wants to know more about, they don't know enough of. Okay, there could have been some goodbyes here between you guys, or like I said, they never want to say goodbye when they're with you. They never want to not be in your energy. It's something that's coming through as well. Maybe there was a misunderstanding because they came off as someone who was narcissistic. And you may have run away from that because that's not your energy. Your vibe is very feminine, it's very compassionate, it's very loyal, it's very much someone who wants commitment. And someone who is narcissistic cannot be that way. And like I was saying, this person, somebody left me feeling broken and somebody ripped me at the seams. So they could have been with someone who was narcissistic or who turned them narcissistic, because it tends to rub off on you. If you grow up in that kind of environment, of course, it rubs off on you in, some kind of way. And there could have been a misunderstanding when this person was showing those tendencies. You ran, is what I heard. We have Julia actually coming out. Wow. And then what else fell out? We have Kiss. Okay, period. Too many cards from this one deck. And then we have Capulet, which is fatherly love, controlling, and dogmatism. Interesting. You guys are getting some very interesting cards. For how is this person viewing you, or how do men view you? Men can view you as narcissistic apart from this person. Or maybe you may think the world revolves around you, since we do have the world coming out here. We have the sublimation of love, eternal loyalty, so loyalty kind of coming through again, and noble coming through again, and we have a noble sacrifice. So I think this is the end of the play, where we all know what happens in Romeo and Juliet. I think Juliet drinks the poison. Romeo, no, Romeo drinks the. I don't know, y'all. Somebody drinks the poison. The other person finds them, or they're just sleeping, and the person thinks they're dead. and then they drink the potion, they actually die, and that person wakes up from their slumber to see the person actually dead beside them, and then they actually drink the, you know what I mean, and then they both die tragedy in the end. So this could be like a tragic love story in a kind of way. But with farewell, wilt thou be gone? It is not yet near day. It was the nightingale and not the lark that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear. I don't know if there's some symbolism here about the nightingale and the lark. So what is it like? Why are they saying it was the nightingale and not the lark? So maybe, like I said, there was something here about fear, pushing people away, being scared to commit. And I did say something about commitment phobe. Yeah, that's crazy. So maybe someone was saying something in your ear about this person. Like people were telling you, oh no, you can't be with them because of this and that, and you kind of let them get in your ear and let it break you guys apart. Because of course we're using the Romeo and Juliet deck, and the heart of their story is trauma, it's tragedy, but it's also um finding that person that understands you the best in a family that doesn't really want to hear your opinions or how you feel or let you make your own decisions. There could have been a little spark of that where people were in your ear talking, saying this person's not the right person for you because of whatever reason. Maybe it could have been racial barriers or age. That is most of the things that pull people apart in this society. Race, age, culture, that kind of thing. So that could have been something. You guys come from different cultures, backgrounds, that kind of vibe. And I'm hearing this person loves the difference in your skin color, is what I'm hearing as well. And not like a fanatic kind of way. They just love the contrast, is what I'm hearing as well. So there could literally be something here about, racial differences or racial barriers. And people are telling you it's not going to work. They're from a different vibe. They're from a different, literally, life and upbringing than you. You guys can't make it work. That kind of vibe is coming through. And like it's time to say goodbye. Somebody was talking in your ear and was speaking fear into your ear, which led to this misunderstanding. And it says, oh much, I fear some ill, unthrifty thing. So yeah, someone was working against you guys. I'm hearing old time beliefs because thrifting is when you're reusing things from old. So there could have been old belief systems that were kind of tearing you guys apart and that led to some misunderstandings, okay? Because there was something about fear holding you guys back. But this person did still see your inner strength and your independence. So maybe this person is coming through as Count Paris and you're coming through as Juliet. I always see, tell you this guy here don't look like Jason Momoa. If y'all know who Jason Momoa is, tell me this guy don't look like him. Like every time I see this dude, he looks just like him. And that is something, there could have been something about their culture specifically that kept you guys apart. Because I know that what's his name? Jason Momoa is like, what's his name? Is he like Maori or he's like Samoan? Like he comes from that kind of culture. And I do feel like it's like a very closed off people that they kind of made. I do get the vibe of like, it's not elitism. What is the word? Like people want you to stick with your people. They don't want the bloodline to be diluted, kind of vibe is what I'm hearing. So if you're someone who is of black ancestry, your family could have been like, oh, we don't want you diluting our ancestral blood with this, person of a different race or different color. You know what I mean? Or, elitist. It is elitist because they think their bloodline is the best and they don't want it to be mixed with anyone else's. So it could kind of be that. I don't know how we got here from how this person views you, but there could have been a misunderstanding around those topics, around those subjects, around those things in your relationship that led to a lot of misunderstandings. But with this inner strength, independence, and courage, this person sees you as overcoming those things. So I do feel that you went through a evolution with this person where you became someone new. And maybe somebody here made a noble sacrifice. Okay, what am I gonna get into now? I want to get into the tarot cards. No, I heard get into this oracle cards just to get all the oracles out on the table. So how does this person view you? And then I guess we'll use the tarot to get into how they view your beauty. But very feminine. Like I said, your whole body is the focal point of them because you have the world here, which like gives your entire body. I'm hearing your stubbornness, your fixed personality as well. We have your preparation, the way you always prepare yourself for certain things, and that is also giving me Virgo again, so you could definitely be a Virgo. You don't like to get into things you're not prepared for. So maybe you weren't prepared for this person, you kind of ran away from them, which led to misunderstanding. All that kind of stuff is coming through again. How do they view you? We have home. What was I saying? Yes, this person views you as their home. You made them feel safe where their mom made them feel safe at the beginning of their life. It's like giving unconditional love. We have dreams. If I hit the mic, I'm sorry. We have dreams. So how do they view you? You're a dream to them. You're their dream person. That's the vibe that I was getting here with that whole femininity and love. I just completely looked over love, I believe. Yeah, this person loves you. And then it did come through in the roles, I love you. So maybe I overlooked it and they said, nah, sis, you need to bring that up. We have happiness. Yeah. This person views you as their happiness, as their home, as their dream person. This is so sweet. I'm hearing you take up space. They dream of you. This person may have wanted you to take up more space. So they could have met you at a time in your life where, or you could have known this person for a long time, which is why, like I said, you started off as friends and it turned into more. Or they could have met you at a time in your life where you were still, like I said, under this trap of believing everything your family told you or following blindly behind the things they were telling you. And this person loved to see you take up more space as you grew older, if that makes sense. Here we have devotion. Oh, I rarely get this card. I love it. Devotion. And I'm hearing hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you. We have success, the chipmunk, and the laurel. And look at how we have a squirrel. So there's something like very cutesy about you is the vibe that's coming through for me. We have like a lot of cutesy chunky monk animals, except for this caiman over here, this alligator type animal. Because we have a fluffy cute sheep. We have a little chipmunk, okay? I'm hearing Alvin and the Chipmunks. That could be something important to you guys, or maybe you sing or have like a squeaky voice where they do you have like chunky cheeks, like Theodore. You're smart like Simon. You're like adventurous and willful like Alvin, you know? But the squirrel and the chestnut is definitely giving me that cutesy. Then we have a beaver here, a little chunk beaver. It also gives hard work, dedication. That's a devotion here. This person loves the way you're devoted to certain things, how they view you as someone who is very devoted to them, devoted to life, devoted to others, devoted to your family. Essentially, you're someone who follows your dreams as well. This person does dream of you. You are someone who chases your happiness. But your home life, your family could be very important to you. That could have played a big part in your relationship with this person, how they view you. Like you have the world in the palm of your hands. You can do anything you set your mind to, is also what I'm getting. And a ruby is also giving me rare jewel for some reason. So that could be something that's coming through as well. They see you as a rare jewel. Now I want to get into how would they describe your beauty. I have some examples I wrote down. So I'm going to see based on the cards that we get which category you may fit into. Because sometimes when I come up with the topic of the reading, I have all these ideas, but then in the middle of the reading I blank. So I write them down beforehand. That's the preparation. So you could definitely be a Virgo because I feel like that's where that comes from in me. So for group one, please, how will their person describe their beauty? How does their person view them? All that good stuff. We have Ace of Inspiration. You inspire this person. Like I said, you were this new beginning to them, this new spark. When this person may have felt dead inside. Because at the end of the wands, we have the 10 of wands, which is like full burnout. You're doing too much, You can't take on anything else. You're done. Okay? And then we have the Ace of Wands, which represents a new passionate beginning. So like I said, you kind of turn this person's light back on. I'm hearing, what is that thing they call it? Like, in a car where a light is blinking and you have to change it, like a changing oil kind of thing. Maybe the oil the person was pouring into them before was icky and wasn't for the best for the car. So someone putting the wrong oil in a car that needs maybe supreme oil. I'm not a car girl. I'm sorry. That example is coming through though for some reason. So whatever this person needed, they weren't getting essentially. This person was putting the wrong gas in your person's car and it led to the car dying or needing an oil change. Okay. and you represented that oil change, which is something new. There. So I'm also giving the example of someone who's eating the wrong food. You're eating junk, and it's kind of like you're sluggish, you're slow, you're always tired, you can't really do anything, you don't have any energy. And what was I saying about you being an energy amplifier? Then this person, started talking or getting to know you or met you, and it's like you were the energy to them. You were kale, and you were green juice, and you were the things that gave them spinach, that gave them that energy, and they just thought they may have been broken before, but they were just inhaling or ingesting the wrong thing, if that makes sense. Okay, so you to represent a new emotional passionate beginning. With the Ace of Wands, we do have that spunky, full of energy kind of thing. So they view your energy as someone who is just like fresh, youthful is what I'm hearing. Okay. How does your person view them? How will they describe their beauty? We have the Four of Voices, restful. I do feel you have a calming voice to this person. Your voice calms them down. But I do feel like with this Four of Voices, which is the Four of Swords, rest in reverse, there's something here about your energy just like being, I'm hearing contagious. Your laughter is contagious. Your energy is contagious. The Hanged Muse in reverse, the Hangman upright. There's something here about you not being stuck, or you not staying stuck for long. The Temperance card in reverse. There's something maybe a little chaotic about you, but I think that's exactly what this person needed. I'm hearing exactly what the doctor ordered. And then here we have the Chariot. So yeah, you go after what you want. You have you have energy and abundance. Okay. So with this Chariot card coming through and the Hangman, it means you're not always resting. You're not always, I'm hearing, haunched on your laurels, or what do you call it? You're not always at rest. You're always moving. You're always doing something. That's the kind of energy that's coming through for you. So you're kind of giving me, based on the words that I wrote down, you would give me sporty, athletic, first of all. So you could do a lot of dancing, you move around a lot. But it's also, I'm hearing show stopping for you. So this person was completely depleted of energy, and so you came around and kind of turned the show back on. You stopped the show, you made the show keep going, kind of vibe as well. I'm also hearing thought provoking. You have a very thought provoking beauty. And look at how she is like just shining above all the horses, and the light is like just shining from within her. So your solar plexus energy could be important because we do have like a lot of yellows coming through, and like a yellow rose that wants to come through, which is like, you're an amazing friend as well. Yeah, there's something like a little chaotic about you. You don't let anything keep you down for long. And I do feel like I'm not saying like chaotic to mean the bad things. I do know chaos is not the best thing, but I do feel like I said, that's exactly what this person needed in their life, or needs in their life, that you are in it right now. So men see you as playful, you're spunky, you're like a little bit of a spitfire. You're a little bit of like the banter, the argumentative, you talk back, kind of bratty kind of energy, like very youthful, and like the way kids come in and like they can never sit down or stay quiet for long. That's how this person views you. Someone who's always talking, someone who's always flitting about, someone who's moving from here to here. You can't sit still. Also something very prickly, because we have this cactus and the Ace of Inspiration, so you could be hard to get close to, out of this world as well. I'm hearing dynamite, which would make sense with the Ace of Inspiration. You're dynamite. The Chariot is Cancer energy, so I do feel like there's something very, adorable, cutesy, big, glistening eyes of Puss in Boots. Like when he wants to kind of distract people, he gets the big glistening, puppy dog eyes kind of vibe. That's what I'm getting from you. Cancers can also be very chesty, so that's coming through again. Okay, there could be something here, but this person wants to nuzzle into your bosom. Okay, I do feel like there's something both relaxing and chaotic about you, because this Four of Swords is giving me, it did want to come out in reverse, but I did feel called to like, turn it over upright for a second. So it's kind of like you are the calm to their storm, but you're also their storm. It's kind of like, get someone who's your peace, but also brings the excitement. You bring the heat, you pack a punch. is the vibe that I'm getting from you guys. So yeah, you're their home, which came through. You're relaxing to them. You're someone who always like you're like just I don't know, high strung is what's coming through. At the bottom of the deck we have Seven of Inspiration, which is Seven of Wands. So yeah, there is something that's very hard to get close to about you. But that's the vibe that I was getting from the Ace of the prickliness of the cactus, and the Seven of Wands is someone who has like barriers up, or you're someone who doesn't let the walls close around you. You're always fighting. That courage is coming through. That inner strength, that independence. Okay. What else can we get from these cards, please? How does a person view them? We have Four of Materials. You're resourceful. You're good at saving, is what I'm hearing. You're very stable. Let me move the cards so you can see it, and I'm not going to be shuffling you. There's a rose. These are like giving like very passionate orangey colors, so sacral chakra energy. I'm hearing you are someone who's very passionate, but you're stably passionate. You're not someone who is like gone with the wind. You're still realistic. We have Two of Voices in reverse. Two of Voices is the Two of Swords. So Two of Swords, you're someone who is very decisive. You know what you want, you go after it. You don't let anything hold you back. That's Chariot energy coming through again. So you're very decisive. And there is something here about you like being closed off or maybe being very possessive as well. This person loves you. You could be maybe a little possessive of them. Because like I said, this Four of Swords like giving me like very chill, but with the Four of Swords in reverse, like not chill. You know? So I'm hearing you don't play when it comes to them. It's something that's coming through. This person can love that about you as well. Four of Materials is like very stocky build if you're a guy, but even if you're a woman, you have meat on your bones with this chunky monkey beaver, the chunky cheeks, squirrel and chipmunk. And then we have the Cayman here. There's something like very maybe rough exterior about you, but soft interior is the perfect way that I can describe the energy that I'm feeling here. Can I get one more card for how their person views them? That's not one. How they view their beauty, how they, and we have the Moon, so mystery coming through again. But I also feel like the way, okay, the perfect way I can describe the Moon in reverse is someone who's an open book, but then there's also that you may have been mysterious at one point to them, but you kind of open your book to them, let them read your story, which is why we kind of got into that a little bit here, you know? So like this person, like whenever you're around, you're all they can see with the world coming through here. But like I said, like when they first met you, there may have been something mysterious about you. But the more they got to know you, the more you're very much an open book. Like I said, there's something. But the Seven of well, that it was at the bottom of the deck with the Seven of Wands coming through. There's something like very you're going to defend your territory. You're gonna fight for what you believe in. You're going to keep the people that don't belong in your life out of your life. You know. So like I said, you're like very protective maybe of the people in your life. You're very protective of your energy of your boundaries. You know. But their Moon in reverse is definitely someone who makes them feel a lot and makes them feel like they could be themselves. They can be open. The Moon is also Cancer energy coming through again. Wow. So you give off very Cancerian vibe, and Cancer does represent the fourth house, which is the home. So yeah, you are very like this person feels very emotionally safe with you. Okay, physically safe as well. You could fight for people, even if they would be the man of the connection. So if this is a man, if you are a guy, this person feels like you're very protective and very possessive, which they love. Okay, you're also someone who's always prepared for the worst. Okay, is what I'm hearing as well. You could be a bit narcissistic in your attraction, where you know you're attractive and you kind of use it to your benefit, which a lot of people do. So don't take that the wrong way. You know, if you're a woman, same for you. You like you use your beauty the way you can, because that's the only way to get forward in the world. You use what you got. Okay. I completely lost where I was going. But Cancer, feeling safe. There's structure. That's the Four of Materials as well. It's structure. It's building. You could be very good at saving money, you know, at building things from the ground up. Maybe helping people who are confused find clarity as well. With the Two of Swords in reverse. But yeah, with the moon, there's something here like very, very feminine, very at home. Homebody is coming through as well. So you could be someone who's very much a homebody. Or when you're at home, you want to be chill and docile when you're out and about. You or maybe someone who's more, like I said, outgoing, more spunky, more playful kind of vibe. This person loves both aspects of that personality, you know? But I think that's all that I have for you guys, though. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group twos. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Tiger's Eye, which I thought was Unakite, because I do have a Unakite stone. I picked it up thinking it was Unakite, so there could be something about Unakite, or you should look up the properties of Unakite, which I do believe I have in my book somewhere. So let me just look, or I'll look during the reading to see if I can find it. But if you chose Tiger's Eye, there's something here about protection. There's something here about your eyes could be important as well. So this is going to be hot, and it's funny how this is going to be a reading about how do men or your person view you. Okay, so if you are someone who wants to know how men in general view you, this is the reading for you. If you are someone who is viewing for how a specific person views you, then this is going to be the reading for you as well, in case the people watching could be men and you don't give a flying fadoodle how men view you, but you do care about how your person views you. That's how we're getting a little bit of both here. We're also going to be getting into how will they describe your beauty. I have some things written down here because I tend to forget a lot of stuff that came to mind when I was, thinking of the reading. So I write it down so I don't forget it. Okay, so I wrote down some, keywords or of how someone would describe someone's beauty. So based on the cards we get, we're going to get into that as well. But I'm going to get into this card really quickly. Let me just see if I can find, because I think I wrote down the meaning of Unakite a while back for a reading that I was doing. Yes. The Unakite is stone of vision. It's opening the third eye and it's used for scrying. Okay, and I love the eye, and this is the tiger's eye. Exactly, there's something here about your eyes. So I'm hearing the eyes are the window to the soul. So I do feel like you have like very piercing eyes. It doesn't matter the color. It doesn't have to be a specific color. It doesn't have to be what people would consider a beautiful color. It could just be a regular brown. It could be a black. It could be a green. It could be a blue. It could be a gray. It could be a whatever. It doesn't matter the color of your eyes. There's something like very soul piercing about them. They cut straight to the heart of people. So I do feel like your eyes can see through a lot of people's BS as well. And there's something here with your third eye as well, which is very important. So I guess if I needed to hear that, your eyes are beautiful. Okay, just putting that out there. Use it nicely. Don't be using it to take advantage of people. Thank you. But there's also something here about your third eye. Okay. Okay. I think I did also write down some things for Tiger's Eye as well. So let me see if I can find it. Yes, Tiger's Eye. I wrote down some things for Tiger's Eye for another reading. Wow. This was the reading that I did about what do men love about you. That's crazy. Because this is how do men view you, and that reading was how do men. Okay, so maybe some of you need to go watch the Tiger's Eye option for that reading, or about how do men view you, or maybe you did watch that reading, you chose that pile. But basically, what I wrote down for Tiger's Eye is you're eye catching, you're exotic, you're super attractive, and you're fierce. Like a tiger, protective. Okay, the synchronicities going on in this reading is crazy already. Because Unakite is the stone of eyes, stone of vision, seeing things. If you want to have a clearer vision of certain people or things, you would use Unakite. And then we have the tiger's eye. Okay, boom, messages coming through already. Anyway, we're going to get into the card in particular. That could go up there somewhere. The card you guys got is chartreuse. Interesting. This is a beautiful color. So yeah, it's eye-catching, very vibrant. It's like giving lime. I'm hearing key lime pie. That could be important to some people, or you're as sweet as key lime pie. A little sour, a little sweet. It's giving Sour Patch Kids. First they're sour, then they're sweet. You know what I mean? So maybe that's what's coming through for you as well. Interesting. Okay. So chartreuse, we have cheerfulness, distinction. So yes, there's this distinctness about you, where you stand apart from the crowd, you stand apart from other people. And tiger's eyes are very. I do feel like out of all the stones that are out there in the world, it is the most universal. It is the most distinct. So if you see a tiger's eye, it's like the easy to remember because a tiger's eye looks very different than most stones. And it's also like I'm not. It's not a basic stone, but it's one of the more well-known stones. So you could be someone who's like well known. And I'm also being taken to a lot of messages coming through for you guys. So just bear with me. I'm being taken to the scene in Practical Magic, where Jillian is like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot my tiger's eye," and she runs back to the car to get her tiger's eye necklace. And I think that's where she's either attacked by the boyfriend at the time, or they have him knocked out in the back of the car. They think that he's unalive, but he really isn't. You know what I mean? That kind of vibe is coming through. So maybe you're drop dead gorgeous is what I'm hearing. Ooh, tasty, juicy, delicious. All those things could apply to you. That was just my reaction to drop dead gorgeous, but those words could apply as well. Okay. We have acceptance and we have imagination. You could have a big imagination. I'm hearing something seen in a world of pure imagination. That word is coming through. I mean, that song is coming through. So we're gonna get some more cards from this deck. So they love your imagination, how they view you. You're definitely someone who's very inventive. I'm also hearing original with distinction. You're someone who's very original. You come up with your own ideas. You don't copy people. There's a cheerfulness about you where I do feel like you cheer people up. If you see someone is sad, you want to help them. You want to make them feel better. You're giving a little bit of like group one in the way of they accept people for who they are. So you're not someone who is like, oh, I'm gonna judge you because you may be this, you may be that, or you're not you don't what is the word? Ostracize, you don't strand, you don't isolate. That's the word I'm looking for. You don't isolate people who are different from you. You kind of embrace their differences, which is why your mind is like it's way more expansive than people may give you credit for, may fully understand. Where you're kind of like, even if you grew up in a very conservative household where you never was able to interact with people of different races, different cultures, you're still someone who has an open mind, for a lot of things. This is what's coming through. That's how this person views you. So this person could have been one of those people who are from a very different background than you, and you still kind of accepted them. It's also giving maybe someone who's LGBTQ plus and who they're used to being ostracized by society, but you kind of accept everyone and everything. Which this person, that's how this person views you. Your person views you, or how men view you. You're very open minded. We have mauve, okay? Inspiration, innovation, and care, intuition, interesting. And it's funny how we were getting into third eye, tiger's eye kind of energy, and that's intuition. You do inspire people because your imagination is so, I'm hearing expansive or extensive is what I'm hearing as well. Then we have violet. Look, we have royal colors coming through again. Very intense. We have wisdom, sensitivity, spirituality, and creativity. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So yeah, the messages are really coming through for you guys for real. Like your third eye is very strong. You're someone who's very spiritual. You have a good gut instinct, is what I'm hearing. When you look at people, like I said, you can see right through them. If they're no good, you can tell them this person's no good. That kind of thing. But your spirituality, your creativity, and imagination is coming through is the same kind of concept where you think of things that are very out of the box. And with that innovative thinking is giving Aquarian, so there can be something very Aquarian about you where you could be someone who is very different, which is why you accept people who are very different. I'm kind of getting a little bit of Aquarius rising. You dress like very alternatively. It doesn't have to be like dark clothes and a charcoal under your eyes or that kind of thing, but just something that sets you apart from other people is their energy. You're definitely seen as someone who's wise. So your person or men in general see you as someone who's very wise, someone who's very sensitive. You're a highly sensitive person. You're also very sensitive to other people's emotions. Like I said, you want to cheer people up. If you see them feeling sad or down, you're gonna help them. You could have done that to this person. That could have been how you met. Okay. Yeah, you see things. You pick up on things. I don't know why this thing is like on the seat next to me, and I'm like, I just like turn my eye really quickly. I saw something out of the corner of my eye. So you can be someone who like sees ghosts. Because I'm hearing the kid from Sixth Sense. I see dead people. You know, that kind of thing. So you could have had a lot of imaginary friends when you were in your youth, when you were younger. Like I wish I had imaginary friends. Like my sister had one, and I was like, I made up that I had one just to have one as well. So I used to think of myself as someone who didn't have the imagination that other kids had. I wasn't able to play with Barbies and picture this whole big fantastical world, or pretend the Barbie was doing something she wasn't, or pretend the doll was eating something the doll actually wasn't. My imagination didn't work that way, you know? And it made me think that I wasn't someone who was creative. My mind works differently than other people. So you can either resonate with that, as your mind works differently and your imagination is not as um childlike as other people's. Is more extensive, it's more expansive, it's more intricate, you know. I wasn't able to pretend those things, but now I'm someone who can pick up on messages. I'm very sensitive to certain things and energy. So I wasn't someone who could see things in my imagination. And you know that I'm getting that episode of SpongeBob where you could be the Squidward or you could be the SpongeBob and the Patrick, where they found that box. Oh boy, they found that box. And SpongeBob and Patrick were having the time of their lives in that box. There was guns, there was bombs, there was all kinds of things going on in that freaking box. And Squidward was just looking out through his window, looking at that box. And he's just like, what the heck are they doing down there? And then he would run down there and open up the box, and there would be nothing in the box except SpongeBob and Patrick. And he was like, what are all those noises coming from this box? What's going on? Why can I not see what you guys are seeing or making up in your mind? And SpongeBob was like, imagination. And Squidward was like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, what is that? You know what I mean? Hilarious. One of the funniest SpongeBob episodes out there, okay? Um, but he was not able to see what they were seeing. But the thing about it was he was sensitive enough to hear what was going on in the box. He was able to hear the gun, even though he couldn't see, he could hear it. He could sense it, the sensitivity coming through here. So you may not see things or have the imagination that other people do, but it doesn't take away from the creativity that you have. You're someone who's like more spiritual, you know what I mean? So you feel things. You may not be able to see things. So it's kind of giving like maybe you're clear cognizant or clear sentient, but you're not clairvoyant. You don't have visions, you don't have dreams, that kind of thing, you know? Just a little bit of that coming through. That episode was mad fun. I'm not even going to lie. And I'm also being taken to the other part of another SpongeBob episode where they got stranded in the bush. They weren't able to see anything. They were stranded in the forest, and they were trapped. They had no food, no nothing. And Squidward was freaking out. And they had like a conch shell, and they would ask the conch shell, which could have been the universe, could have been anything, literally. It was a fortune telling conch shell. They would ask the conch shell, should we give Squidward food? And because he didn't believe, the conch was like, no. And he would be hungry because they were telling him, like, Squidward, don't worry. We're gonna be taken care of. We're fine. You know, that kind of believing in anything that is possible, you're always gonna be taken care of mentality. And because they believed in that, like some food, a picnic, a table, all this food was fallen from the sky and they were taken care of. It was a house, a camp, a whole bunch of stuff. Essentially everything they needed in that moment was given to them. And because SpongeBob and Patrick believed the same way they could, you know, have that imagination in the box, they were given the food. And Squidward, oh, nothing's gonna happen, we're gonna die out here. He didn't believe. When the food did come, he was trying to eat it, and they said, no, you can't eat it, because the conch shell said you can't eat it. And we believe in her because she's the one who brought us this food, kind of vibe. So it's like, you know, you're either the SpongeBob and the Patrick in these situations where you believe in things, you feel things, you know things are going to turn out right, and you're that person for others. You cheer them up in that kind of way. When things are looking a little bleak for them, you cheer them up and say, hey, things are going to happen the way they're supposed to happen. Just continue believing, you know. Hope for the best, even if you're expecting the worst from the situation, you know, and things might just turn out the way you want them to, or better than you imagine. You never know. Or you could be the Squidward where you're not believing in certain things, but you can feel it, you can sense it, but you're not able to fully see or fully believe. You could be both. Maybe at one point in your life you were a Squidward and you turned out now you're a SpongeBob and a Patrick. You're gonna evolve into a SpongeBob and a Patrick, you know? Where it's kind of like blissful ignorance is their whole vibe in the show, I would say. But yeah, you're someone who's wise, you're someone who's very sensitive, and they were wise in their own way because they were teaching Squidward those lessons. At the bottom of the deck, we have Sunflower, which is unwavering faith, unconditional love, and you brighten the mood. So you may have felt called to group one, and that could have been like either how men view you in general or a specific person. Take it as it resonates. Whoever you chose to watch this reading for. So, for example, if you're someone who watched it for how do men view you, maybe a specific person views you in a certain way for group one. Okay, that's how I'm kind of gonna categorize it. Okay, so sensitivity, spirituality, creativity. This person views you as someone who is wise, who is very sensitive, spiritual, creative. You're very inspiring and you're innovative. You think of and come up with things other people don't, which is why you may be that SpongeBob and Patrick, or like I said, you may have evolved into that. You may have been a Squidward in your past. Like I said, I wasn't able to, have an imaginary friend like my sister did when she was younger, so I would pretend I did, and maybe pretending is what you need to do, whether you see them there or not. You feel them there. You know they're there. You know what I mean? That kind of vibe. That third eye energy of seeing things that other people don't see. Now we're gonna move into the next cards, the next oracle decks we're pulling from. How does your person or men view you? How does their person or men view my group two, please, Spirit? How do men or their person view them? How does their person view them? We have confession of love. Juicy. We have say I love you. This person could want you to say you love them. This person could love you and you don't say it very often. Maybe I'm hearing you don't believe in love, but you feel love. Interesting. Very interesting. We have rings, which is a symbol of love, union, soul connection. So you feel the soul connection with this person, but you may have not told them you love them, which could be something that's grating on this person, essentially. We have social events, established contact, invitation, fellowship. I'm hearing fellowship of the rings. Since we have rings here, which is basically a Lord of the Rings reference, where the Fellowship of the Ring is a group of people from different cultures and backgrounds, different races, all come together to help Frodo deliver that ring to the something of Mordor. Okay, so there's something here about you may bring people from all different backgrounds together. That Aquarian energy coming through, like I said, Aquarius rising, or I'm hearing midheaven as well, or North Node. We have reject, firm rejection. Interesting. This could have been someone you rejected or they felt rejected by you. You're definitely someone who's very determined. I'm hearing you're set in your ways, so stubborn is coming through a little bit. We have courage, perseverance, no more indecisiveness and firmness. So yeah, once you believe in something, you believe in it wholeheartedly. So maybe before you were someone who didn't believe so much in spirituality, and now you do, or you, like I said, you didn't see yourself as someone who was like, you know, creative, or because you didn't feel the world or understand the world in a way someone else did. But I ended up finding, like I said, when I was younger, I didn't see imaginary friends. I didn't have one. So I thought I didn't have imagination or creativity the way other kids were able to pretend their Barbies were doing this and, those kinds of things. And I'm like, oh, I don't have any creativity, but I have my own creativity. It's just different from what theirs was. So that could have been something you were learning, or that's something this person's learned about you. And that's how they view you. I'm hearing you also firmly reject things that are not for you. So you know how in spirituality it's like things that are for you will never miss you, or it's not in your highest good anymore, so move on from it, that kind of thing. So you don't do things that are not for your highest good. It's essentially what I'm getting. And you are very firm. You have very firm boundaries when it comes to those things or specific people in your life. So with the confession of love, it's what's in a name, that which we call a rose, by any other word would smell as sweet. This person's sweet on you, stuck on you, is what I'm hearing. This person could be stuck on you. You could have rejected them and they're stuck on you. Oh, bendito, they're so little. Why you rejected them? This person does see you as their highest. They see you as their for their highest good. Essentially, they do see you as their ultimate soulmate, their divine counterpart. Is what's coming to this. Someone who would want to marry you, who would want to go to social events with you. You know, show you off. Is what I'm hearing. We have established contact, and this person could want to invite you somewhere. If you did reject them, and they're feeling rejected, and they're licking their wounds, they're maybe wanting to invite you places, or I'm hearing that kind of where they see you everywhere they go, that kind of vibe, like in the movie where the people broke up and they're like, oh my, they thought they saw the person that was passing by, but they really didn't. That kind of vibe, this person could see you wherever they go. And they want to confess that they love you, or they want you to say that you love them. Something about that is coming through. So how else does their person view them, please, Spirit? How else does their person view them? Okay, 2, perfect. We have patience. They consider you someone who's very patient. And then we have wooing. I don't think I've forgotten this card yet. We have seek, search, encounter, and chase. Wow. Yes, the person wants to chase you because you rejected them. Or because there's something about them not being able to be with you. So they want to say they love you. They want to, confess their love to you. This is juicy. This person wants to seek you. We have invite, contact, establish contact, invitation. We have seek, we have search, encounter, and chase. Yeah. This person wants to chase you. They want to woo you, court you in a way, if you will. Very interesting, honestly. You guys could have met at a social event, or like I said, this person wants to, I'm hearing, introduce you to society on their arm. They want to come off as a united front with you, with that fellowship. And I love how we have reject, but in the car they look very cozy. Like, where is the rejection happening in the card? Where? I don't see it. She looks enamored, and he looks enamored. So it's like, I don't know what's going on here. Maybe this is someone you don't know very well, or like I said, there may have been an aspect of you rejecting them in some kind of way in the span of your relationship where they wanted to be with you and you were running away from them. You didn't want to be with them. Like I said, you weren't seeing the vision, because eventually in those episodes of SpongeBob that I referenced, Squidward did come around. He was just a little bit of a skeptic first. You could have been a skeptic, and this person was believing in what they were saying. So they were telling you, you're my soulmate, we're meant to be together, all that stuff. And you're like, no, I don't believe in that kind of stuff. And then you started believing in that kind of stuff after, you know? Interesting vibes coming through. But we have patient, we have decent, and we have self-controlled. So this person thinks you're decent. Okay, you're a decent human being. Thank you. I mean, I would hope somebody would think of me that way. Let me stop. You're a decent human being. Like, thanks. I mean, that's a compliment. Good for you guys. But if this is not romantic, and this is how men view you as a symbol of love. Like, you may make them believe in love. I'm hearing even the harshest critic. So I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if you are the person who is changing a skeptic that doesn't believe in love to believing in love. So you're, like I said, the SpongeBob and the Patrick converting these Squidwards, or converting these Squidwards, or you are the Squidward being converted by these SpongeBob and Patricks. There's something here about that. So it's like these men who didn't believe in love, who didn't believe in falling in love, who didn't believe that certain things about relationships and love were true. They were skeptics until they met you, and you represented that symbol of love where you can make anyone fall in love with you, Okay, so enough of all that. I don't want to keep repeating myself. How does their person or men view my group twos, please? How does their person or men view my group twos, please, Spirit? How does the person view them? Or men? You know what I mean. The intention was set with the reading. Give me some cards. How does their person view them? How do men view them? Give me the key, please. Yes, that's not. Yeah, that vibe is coming through again with the whole "say I love you." This person, like, I was never someone who wanted to say I love you or wanted to hear people say I love you. This person could have been very much into like detachment, not falling in love, like I said, or friends with benefits, something along those lines. Where like, I don't want to be in a loving relationship, and then they met you and everything changed. I'm hearing everything has changed. Something from the moment that I knew that I know something now. I know something now I didn't before. And all from painted blue, I'll take him down, and open up the door for you. Adaptability. That's that perseverance, no more indecisiveness kind of vibe. You don't give up. Interesting. That song is coming through. Everything has changed by Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran. And it literally is about well, the music video anyway is about two kids who are best friends who like grow into love with each other. So they're best friends like kindergarten, and we go from kindergarten to first grade, second grade, fifth grade, and then we have them as like teenagers where they're actually now falling in love. Now they know they can actually grasp the feeling of what love is. So they felt so drawn to each other before. They didn't understand why they were drawn to each other until they grew up and became teenagers capable of feeling romantic love. And then they're like, oh, because you were my person the whole time, you know? But we didn't understand that that's what we were until we were older, or until we grew into it, until we understood what that feeling, something like that, you know. Mm-hmm. To toe painted blue, I'll take him down, and open up the door for you. But something here about being chivalrous as well. All I knew is the morning when I woke. Is I know something now I didn't before. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that song is important. Go listen to that song because the whole song is not coming through. So maybe there's something you need to know or you need to hear specifically. So how does their person view them? How do men view them? Please, for give me the tea. Your song is very adaptable. That's I do think that's what I was getting a little bit, where you could have, like I said, gone from the Squidward to the SpongeBob and Patrick, of that ideology, the what you believe in, kind of thing, or you change them in that kind of way. Take it as it resonates for you, please. Here we have truth in the trust in the invisible. What was I saying about Squidward not believing in that they were actually doing certain things? And he was like, because I can't see it, I don't believe it. But it's something that is felt, and you could have taught this person that it's not something that you can see. It's something that must be felt. And this person taught you that, and that's how they view you, as someone who's grown a lot since they've known you. You've gotten them to trust in the invisible, or you are now someone who trusts in the invisible with that third eye coming through, and that sensitivity and spirituality. So yeah, I feel like I'm all over the board here because it could be different people and different perspectives I'm trying to pick up on. But like I said, you're either going to be the Squidward or the SpongeBob and the Patrick, where you always believed or you never believed. You were a skeptic and then you started believing. Something along those lines. So you didn't believe, now you believe, or you always believed and you converted to someone who didn't believe. Essentially, something along those lines. Now we have modest fortitude. Yeah, but this whole courage, perseverance, and firmness, going after what you want, I do feel like this person does see you as someone who is modest in all the things that they have accomplished in their life, all the things you have overcome, all the things you have gone through. You're still someone who's modest and you still persevere. So it's like, yeah, there's like an intense admiration for you this person has, or men have for you. They see you as someone who's freed themselves from the shackles, okay? I'm in shackles off my feet so I can dance. I just want to praise him. This person could want to praise me. And I was getting that kind of vibe in one of these cards here, where this guy is kind of like bowing down to this person. I didn't want to say that, but I didn't feel to say it, but I guess it is coming through. I just want to praise you. This person seems to praise you for all you've done, all you've been through, kind of vibe. You know, it doesn't have to be like, I want to bow down to you, but just like, I want to give you your flowers. And now I'm hearing, I can buy myself flowers by Miley Cyrus. So, maybe there's something here about you being hurt. And now when this person met you, you were very much in that kind of, I can do things for myself. Or you were always in that kind of, I can do things for myself. I don't need anyone to help me kind of thing. And this person has seen you grow. It's just someone who can now say, I love you, can now open themselves up to love. And you know, that feeling, that intimacy, that could have been something you struggled with. This person saw you overcome that. Yeah, because we have seek, search, and encounter. Chase. You were chasing something and you found it, essentially. Okay. This person still does want to woo you, though. At the bottom of the deck, we have success. And we have the chipmunk, which is just cute little chipmunk. There's something very cunning, very sly about how you look. Very, what do they call it? Is it aquiline? Like straight nose, strong bone structure, maybe. Because here we have like a fox and their side profiles like very sharp. Then here we have the snail with the sharp tail in your shell. And then the pokey ears. And then we have, look at the side profile on this horse here, the bone structure. Look at that. There's something here about the bone structure, the cheekbones, maybe something like that. And look at how we have this thing here that's sticking out. So I'd be forgetting that I have space over here. Thank you. The horse. Okay. But yeah, look at how we have this pattern on this salamander. Inspiration. That's coming through again. So how do they view you? This person views you as someone who's inspirational. You could be an inspirational speaker, or you've inspired them in some kind of way. Like I said, now it would make more sense that this person would be the Squidward and you would be the SpongeBob and Patrick, changing their views on certain things. You help them grow in a certain kind of way. That's how they view you. We have hope, the butterfly and the snowdrop. Hope. That believe, trust me, impossible. You did help this person hope. And I'm just take success out so it could be even. Very interesting energy. Determination. Now I want to get into the. Is that all that I'm getting from these cards? I do feel like there's something more I have to say. No. Now, completely different or completely different in other news, okay? If you are currently in separation with this person does want to establish contact and they do want to woo you because they want to say I love you, they want to tell you how they feel, and they also, because they see you as a symbol of love. That's just a little side message coming through. So if some of you were in separation and this is the person you're watching for how they view you, they want to say something to you, okay? So now I want to be getting into the whole portion of the reading where we get to see how would they describe your beauty. So please, Spirit, how would this person describe my group two's beauty? How do they view them, please? How do they describe their beauty? How do they view them? And yes, as a man, you could be beautiful, so I don't want to hear nothing. What is this? We have the Four of Emotions, Four of Cups. They don't want to come out in reverse. And then we have the Eight of Inspiration, the Eight of Wands. Yeah, you're someone who's very inspiring. Maybe you're someone who's very fast. Maybe a little athletic. Here we have the Awakening. Show stopping. There's something show stopping about your beauty. I'm also hearing timeless. There's something timeless about your beauty. So you could have like a bone structure or an aesthetic that would fit into any, century you were to be in, or any decade, I should say. We have the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, 50s. Anywhere you place your beauty in that time, you would fit in, timeless. So anybody will look at you and say, yeah, that person's beautiful. You know what I mean? And it's also like giving showstop, because an awakening is like something that you didn't see before that you're now seeing. So it's like, oh wow, this is like, eye opening, otherworldly, ethereal, maybe coming through as well, because she's kind of like giving me a different tint to her skin. It's like giving kind of avatar-y, that world. And I've never really seen the movies. Not really, I've never seen the movies. But I do think, I'm trying to remember what their world is called. I mean, how would I know if I never saw the movies? But I think I got it in like a quiz or something. Is it Pandora? I think it's Pandora. From Avatar, their world is called Pandora. So Pandora's box, maybe tempting. There's something tempting about you. Forbidden fruit about you. Ooh. Which would make sense for why this person wants to. There's like a firm rejection coming through here, because there could have been something like too different about you guys. You kind of ran away from it. This is like giving me, people who have the color, the so much melanin in their skin, it almost like purple or blue, like they just shine from within, that kind of vibe. That's what she's giving me, because she like has a bluish tint to her skin. It's like you're not from this world. It's like something they've never seen before, beauty they've never seen before, thought provoking, show stopping kind of vibe. And there's also maybe something very athletic about you, or you're always wearing heels. I'm hearing platforms, wedges is something that's coming through as well. Ace of Materials is Ace of Pentacles, which is like a new beginning, a new start to an enterprise, like they never thought they would get this opportunity, and then now they have, they can see there's so many possibilities, that kind of vibe is coming through. So how does this person view you? As someone they've never met anyone like you before, kind of vibe. You're very interesting. You're very unique. With the Four of Cups in reverse, there's something that can't be ignored about your beauty, because the Four of Cups is like, I'm not interested, apathy, boredom, not seeing what's right in front of you. No, when you came in, this person, you're unmistakable. You can't be missed. Your beauty is how this person views it. They couldn't have not like fallen for you, because your beauty is just, like I said, it emanates from the inside out. But there's also something like just gorgeous about how you look as well. Okay, your skin. It could be your skin. Your skin glows. The Emperor, that determination, that modest fortitude. It's like your leadership capabilities as well as coming through. I'm hearing graceful. You're well put together, because the Emperor has the best clothes, the best house. There could be something about how you look and how you dress as well. And that Eight of Inspiration, that people want to dress more like you. You could inspire this person to dress better, to look better. Which is why we have an awakening here. This person like, wow, I never know someone could dress that kind of way. I never know people could be so themselves, And now I want to start dressing like them. That inspiration coming through that we got with the mauve. You're an inspiration to others. People want to be more like you, and your personality and your lifestyle, or in the way you dress. Okay, that is coming through. But your beauty is like it's like accosting. It's very, like I said, it can't be mixed. The Eight of Wands, like a very unmistakable. It's very much bearish. You're being bearish with this person's beauty. That kind of thing. You came out of the blue, unexpected. Knocked off your feet, knocked your socks off. Kind of beauty is what I'm getting for you. It's like, wow, I didn't even know this was my type, or this is my type right here. Perfection. I'm finally being awoken to this person. I do want one more card, please, for how their person would describe their beauty. Please, Spirit. How would their person describe their beauty? Oh, we have the Devil. Exactly. It makes sense. It's kind of like, but with it wanting to come out in reverse, there's something here about maybe you not realizing just how devastating your beauty is. You have devastating is coming through for you guys, and that's not something I wrote down. It's coming through for you though. Like your beauty is devastating. Like people cannot, put up any defenses essentially, because the Eight of Wands, like a tornado, it's the monsoon. You don't see it coming, but it completely destroys everything in its path. It can't be helped. It can't be stopped. You know, it's like a very nonstop, unforgiving energy, but not like a bad way, but in a good way. They weren't expecting you, came out of nowhere and kind of knocked, like I said, knocked their socks off. The Emperor here is like giving like very much in control of your appearance, like that determination. You're someone who comes off as confident, self assured, you know, you dress well, you look good, that kind of energy. Ooh, we love it. Ooh, this is delicious, okay? And Ace of Pentacles, like very well put together, very structured, So I do feel like there's something here about the way you dress. There's like sharp lines, or there's something here about your bone structure, very straight nose. That kind of thing is coming through. Your side profile is very important as well. Maybe there's something like very limber, tall, lanky about you, but maybe I don't know, because this salamander here has like very short legs and short arms. That could be important as well. But then also like a long tail. So what would that mean? A long tail, a big butt? I don't know. That could also be playing into the whole you can't be missed energy. Like you're speckled, maybe poisonous, dangerous about you, that devil card energy coming through. But I do feel like there's something, like I said, with the devil coming out in reverse, like you are like so sincere and so beautiful personality wise that people, I'm hearing, they can't make me hate you kind of energy. They can't make me hate you. Like, how sometimes you would see someone who's like so beautiful, you would just, I can't stand them. But your energy and your personality is like so beautiful, it's so loving, it's so cheerful, it's so helpful. They can't make me hate you. Like there's something about your energy that you give your all to everything. You give your all to people, this person essentially. That devil's obsessed. This person could be obsessed with you as well. But since the devil came out in reverse, like in a not bad way, because the devil's like you want to trap someone, you want to, and I love how we have the horse here, and I do feel like the devil in reverse is kind of like you're freeing yourself from that. So I do feel like there's something in this person's life for those of you who are watching for a specific person. There's something about you being in their life that helped them grow and get out of like bad, gross habits. Okay, essentially, like I said, you just inspire them to be a better person. And I do feel called to bring this card out on the table. So sunflower, you bring the sun, you bring the happiness, you bring the light, you brighten up the mood. Yeah. The devil, you're very sweet with your drop dead gorgeous looks. You don't use it for nefarious, things. You don't use it for bad. And at the bottom of the deck we have death. Drop dead gorgeous. Stop it. How cute. I wanted to say something. People are, I guess, helpless against the kind of beauty you emanate, the kind of light you emanate. You make people want to follow behind you. The Emperor card. Independent, confident, helpful, leader energy. Very Aries energy. You could be an Aries rising, which is you come off as someone that's so sexy, so intimidating. That Emperor energy as well, intimidating. That Devil energy as well, a little bit intimidating. But then once they get to know you more, they see what you do for others. It's like, oh, this person's not as bad as I thought they were. Okay, so I think that's all that I have for you guys, though. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading, you could always get in contact with me with my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you watch this reading. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group threes. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this pyrite stone, then you are in the right place. Like, why is the pyrite falling apart, child? Get up. I'm hearing I Fall Apart. That song immediately just came through by, I think it's Post Malone. I Fall Apart. Okay, so if you chose a pyrite stone, Then this is your reading. This is going to be how do men / your person view you. So if you are a man watching and you do not give a rat's behind how men view you, then this is how your person views you. Now, if you are a woman and this could, sorry, I don't know why I said it like that. A woman. If you are a woman and you do want to know how men view you, then this would be your reading as well. But if you also just want to watch for a specific person, then you have that option as well. So if you do want to watch for a specific person, please set that intention right now, okay? Think of the person, see them in your mind's eye. Let me stop. And then we'll get into how they view you. But if you don't really care how the person, then this would be how men view you, okay? Boom. Real simple around here. But yeah, there's something here about falling apart. I fall apart. That Post Malone song coming through. So this person, your person, could fall apart at the thought of you. Or I'm hearing quaking in your boots. So maybe you make people quake in their boots. Your people fall apart, fall. I'm hearing under your maybe stare, under your gaze, or maybe there's something I'm hearing pressure. You apply pressure. Now that song is coming through, Pressure by Ari Lennox. Love up on me, give up on it, pressure. So it could be something like very pressure about you. And I love how you have pyrite, and pyrite is very much the fool's gold. So like there's something refined and regal about how people view you or how your person views you. Where you're kind of like, Princess Diana. I love how my grandma used to say that when she used to go to the babysitter when she was younger, people would call her Princess Di because she would not talk to other kids. She always felt like she was above them. She would sit in her little corner and like not act like a child. She would act like an adult. You know? Like wise behind your ears kind of vibe is coming through maybe. Or you just have that royalness about you where people just look at you and think royalty, You're decked out in the finest clothes, the designer brands, the jewelry that's real, that kind of thing. That's the vibe that's coming through for you guys and how your person views you. So, yeah, very rich, expensive about you. That's how men view you or your person. So, we're going to get into the card you guys got. And we have amber. That's juicy. I'm hearing ambergris. And I do think that's what they take from whales. And it's very valuable. You know, ambergris is either their dookie that they take and use for certain things, or something they take from the whale. I believe it's their and I remember when I was younger, when people used to try to scare us, like, oh my gosh, do you know what they use for lip gloss? I think it was just the crusty dust little boys that you try to make us, like, how boys tease, like try to make us feel bad for wanting to wear that lip gloss. And what was it called? The ones that came in different colors that you would kind of roll off the top and like roll on lip gloss. Do you know what they use in that? They use whale dookie. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're lying. They would just try to scare us girls, and I'm pretty sure it may have been true. But I remember when I first heard it, I was upset. I'm like, this is not what they have us rubbing on our lips. Oh, the ghetto. Yeah, that kind of thing. And the way people think of the examples coming through for your reading is crazy to me right now. You know how people think of shrimp as some delicacy when they're literally the bottom feeders of the sea? You know what I mean? So you're someone who maybe always have your lip glosses popping. You like to, eat shrimp or seafood or expensive things. And it's kind of like the things that they charge us the utmost for on earth. On earth, ground, not in sea, is the bottom feeders of the sea. Lobster, bottom feeder. Crab, bottom feeder. Shrimp, bottom feeder. And that's the things that we pay all this money for. I don't eat seafood, so not me, but maybe you. Caviar, fish eggs. You're eating kids. Let me stop. I'm not gonna get into all that. But the things that are literally like, the bottom of the barrel. So maybe there are things about you that you make bad things look good. I'm not trying to, rag on you at all in any kind of way. There's something here about how people on earth make the things that would be considered bottom feeder in the sea look so expensive and rich. That's what you do. Anyway, now into the whole amber: joy, positivity, energy, and security. And look at how we have the same kind of color scheme going on. Security. Maybe you are someone who can do that. You can call security. You have like some notoriety to you a little bit. But you're someone who's fun. You're very positive. You look on the bright side is what I'm hearing. optimistic. So maybe some Sag energy. Maybe you're also like you travel a lot because Sagittarius are very traveling, and they're also like I said, wise. But in your years, you are ruled by the ninth house, which is Sag energy, or you rule the ninth house, whichever one, which is seeking higher wisdom, higher education. You know, you've gone to I'm hearing Eton, you've gone to the most prestigious of schools, and you wear the best of the best and that kind of thing. You only want the best for yourself. High maintenance kind of energy is what is coming through. So maybe some of you could be English because Princess Diana's coming through, and we have Eton, which is I feel like a school in England or whatever, where the only elite and the royals and the best of the best go, best of the best, you know. So that is coming through. We're gonna get some more cards from this deck as well. So how does your person or men view you? We're gonna get into it. Amber's like giving very sensual to me. I don't know why Amber's giving me sensual. So there could be also something here about you being a Taurus. Like you have sensual vibes. And as I'm shuffling the deck at the bottom, you have like a maroon. It's like very deep tones. So warm. That's what I meant to say. Deep and warm tones. You can be someone that's very deep and very warm, but it's why we have this joy and positivity and energy. Okay. So maroon. I wouldn't say macaroon. A macaroon isn't that a fancy cookie? I don't eat macaroon. I feel like everything in this reading is just like not me. And watch me the reading that I choose. Let me stop. I don't eat macaroons. I don't eat seafood, all that kind of stuff. So like the finest things. The macaroons have different colors. They're beautiful. Like a very more so high end cookie. I would say that's what you're coming through as. And I literally saw macaroon. I didn't see maroon, but we have maroon. Okay. Um, Interesting. Yeah, we have ambition, confidence, acceptance, and sophistication. That's literally what I'm getting. So we're gonna take it out. We're gonna take it out. So, how do men or their person in particular view my group threes? Because we have top. Look at we have all deep and warm colors. We have top, which is relaxation, contentment, neutrality, and modernism. Yeah, you're a very modern person. I'm also hearing modern and what's the word? Consumerism. So you like buy a lot of things. You like to live the best life. You want to be very comfortable. You know, you want to have the jacuzzi, the fireplace. You want to have the pool. You want to have the movie room. You want to have the views. Like you want to have the best of the best. We love that. Okay, and that is giving very sad. They're very boasty sometimes as well. You know, they want to look the best, feel the best. You know, have the best things. Subtle Taurus. You know that vibe is coming through. Some people also have Libra placements as well, but you always want like in your own home you want to have the luxurious life. That's the vibe that I'm getting. So like I said, you want to have the state of the art kitchen, you want to have a movie room, you want to have a jacuzzi, a pool, you want to have the state of the art kitchen where you can cook the best food kind of thing. You want to have a cook. And look at how we have the more deep colors coming through. Burgundy and maroon are giving the same thing. We have intensity, individuality, power, and sophistication coming through again. Okay, so I'm gonna just leave that there at the bottom of the deck. There's something like very intense about you, or people can help but be drawn to you. Is also what I'm hearing. Top, top is like giving tap. So maybe you go. Oh no, we're not gonna get into that here. Okay. Maybe let's wear pretty tops. Okay. Oh gosh. Spurs like say it. Maybe you give good top. You know, if you're a grown person, you know what I mean. Sloppy toppy is coming through. You give good top. That's crazy. And that could all, if you're a man, that could also mean you give good for the female region. You know what I mean? That's coming through. Lord, okay, look at y'all. Yeah, you give good top. So your person is definitely coming through in that way to give you that compliment. You do make them feel content. That could be how you help them relax. Okay, we're gonna get into the rest of the cards here. We're gonna not gonna get into that too much. It's not what we're here for. Make sure the mic is still recording. Okay. Ooh, you're a very high value person. But I just keep hearing high maintenance, but there's other ways to say high maintenance or high value. Okay. So how does your person view you? We have apothecary, forced sin, cunning, the dark side of human. Okay. How does a person view them? Maybe you like to you have interest in the dark side of humanity. We have secret help. What is going on? And we have banishment? Wait. Wow. Um, interesting. We have apothecary, force, sin, cunning, and the dark side of human. But that's not even what an apothecary is. Maybe you're misunderstood. Maybe this person sees you as someone who is misunderstood, or they're not seeing you clearly. So men don't see you clearly, or your person does not see you clearly. Because we have secret help, keeping secrets anonymous, goodwill. Maybe, yeah, people don't see you clearly because you keep parts of yourself hidden. You keep parts of yourself hidden. You keep secrets. You're very secretive. And that's how this person views you. I don't. Okay, we're gonna get more into it. We have banishment, severing ties, protection from further injury. So this person could think of you as someone who's a runner. When things get bad, when things get hard, you run. You banish them, or banish yourself. Can I get one more card, please? How does your person view them, please? How does your person slash men view them? Social events, you're very social, but even though you are someone who's very social, people don't really know a lot about you. But we do have anonymous goodwill, so you help people on the low, which we love. But what is this forced sin? I'm hearing, I feel a sin coming on. That song is coming through. I feel a sin coming on. Maybe people feel tempted when they're around you. That's what's coming through. You made them want to sin. Oh gosh. And that's what that whole sloppy toppy. Yeah, you guys are getting naughty energy. Stop playing. Stop it. It's giving grown. No, you're not grown though. Let me stop. Um, you're very cunning. It's giving a little bit Slytherin, so people can see you that there's like an edge to you. You know, you have this joy, positive energy to you, security. But then there's also something like very cunning. You know how to get your own way, and it is like because I do feel like the most of the Slytherins in the Harry Potter universe were like rich, pure blood, purebred kind of energy. So that's kind of coming through as well. That kind of elitism a little bit is coming through. The dark side of humanity. That is like, what do you mean? Like, what you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis? What are you talking about? What do you mean? Okay, how does a person slash men view them? Unrequited love. Ooh, That's what I'm getting. People feel like you don't feel the same in return for them. You got a lot of people vying for your attention, and it ends up being unrequited love. At the bottom of the deck we have betray. Guys, what the heck is going on in your reading here? How do we have betray? We have divergence. We have different values, change of heart, and thought manipulation. So divergence is someone who is different from the pack, which is that individuality coming through. Where was it? I saw it. Yeah, the burgundy individuality. At the bottom of the deck, we have like a lot of maybe people are envious of you because that dark side of humanity is giving me jealous. Is giving envy. Is giving greed. Like you either indulge in that side of life where you eat too much. Like I said, consumerism. You want the best of the best, which means you're like kind of hurting the earth in your in that kind of thought, but you're not thinking of it that kind of way. This person could think of it in that kind of way. They could be very, what was the people I'm close I'm watching a show with my friend, and the guy's like very much he won't let her buy plastic, you know. He won't let her do certain kinds of things or buy certain kinds of things because he's very much pro planet, so that's kind of the vibe that's coming through. So maybe you represent the dark side of humanity for them because you're consumerism, because you're eating things that are doing things that is not necessary, doing things in excess. That kind of vibe is coming through a little bit. You're betraying the earth, betraying their values, different values. Exactly. Absolutely. Different values. You guys have different values. So maybe this person's trying to change your heart in some kind of way. Thought manipulation. I don't know, guys. I might have beef with your person because why they viewing you this kind of way? What's up? Like, say it with your chest. Please, say that with your chest. And, okay. Unrequited love, accept the pain, fulfill your needs in other ways. Wow. This is just like, wow. Like, my mind is like, because what's going on here? We have unrequited love and we have banishment. This person, men could feel like you kind of turn them away. Yeah, that could be the vibe here, where you feel like you're too good for them because you are. Honestly, this person's vibe is giving, or the men, how men view you. People are they're mad 'cause they can't get you. They feel like there's unrequited love here because they want to be with you, but you don't want them. You kind of banish them to the ether, put them in timeout and say, no, I don't want to be with you because I'm very individualistic in my needs and my wants. But and then here we have royal blue, which I was talking about royalty at the beginning of the reading. Empathy, dependability, royalty, tranquility, and we have that coming through again with contentment and relaxation. And then we have champagne, which is what people who live the finest life indulge in champagne, class, modesty, celebration, and love. Interesting, guys. Yeah, people be mad that you live in the best life. So you could have some men that be mad if you don't want to give them time of day, or your person feels like you think you're too good for them, maybe, or yeah, I think this is mostly for the men, how men view you if you're a female, or even a man, how men view you. They feel like you have like a sense of elitism about you, where you don't allow everyone close to you, or you don't allow everyone in your inner circle because you think you're better than other people. That kind of vibe is coming through here. Like there's a sophistication, so there's a class about you. And you know what I'm hearing? Oh my gosh, like all my favorite movies are coming through in today's reading because Practical Magic came through in group 2, I believe it was, and now in group 3 we have Parent Trap, where Annie, which is the one who was from England and was living a very rich, well, both of them, Hallie and Annie, were both living very rich life because the father had his own vineyard and everything, but her life was more chill and mellow. So maybe, okay, you know what I'm getting? There could be, like I said, different values, different class. So, of course, people who are raised, born, and bred in England will have a different personality and different values to people who were more so raised in America. So, even though there was something in common, they both came from rich. One of you was elitism, and one of you was more chill rich. It was like nouveau riche, new rich against old money. Old money against new money. It's the vibe that I'm kind of getting. So maybe the people you represent old money, and the people who have new money, you kind of like, look down on them. So I do believe there was also. Let me finish my example first. So when they were playing, I think was it poker or something like that in the movie. One of them was like, "Oh, do you know the difference between the both of us?" And something was like, "Oh, is it because something and you don't, or is it because I have class and you don't?" The British one said that. Or is it because I have class and you don't? You know what I mean? That kind of thing. You guys, oh, you're a mess. Okay. But this is basically how people are viewing you, so it doesn't have to be 100% true. This is how you are through someone else's eyes, through their lens. Okay. That scene is coming through. It's because I have class and you don't. Annie was saying to Hallie, the old money rich against the nouveau rich, even though they were both new money rich, but one of them, how people is giving how people who are born in England may think they're better than the rest of other people because literally, bruh, okay, yes, Americans are descended from people in England. We came here and fought for our freedom. People who have that descendant, that ancestry anyway, because I'm not European, so I can't say that. I can't say we came here and we're American because I think I have Native American roots, so I was already here when y'all came over here from England. But it's giving people who were born in England and then the colonizers, the colonists that came over here and settled down in America, and how people in England still look down upon Americans, even though we're from the same cloth kind of vibe as Andrew were coming through. That kind of vibe was coming through. So we come from the same thing. We're both rich, but one of us is more elitist than the other kind of vibe. That could be what's coming through for you guys. I'm gonna stop chat Latin though. I do want more cards, so I would like more clarity. How does your person / men view my group 3s, please? I just keep hearing that song. I feel a sin coming on. We have Mercutio, humorous, loyal, devoted, wild, and frenetic. So you're a good time, that joy coming through. You're very positive. So I don't know why people out here trying to play in your face. Apothecary is kind of like always that you have what people need. That's literally what we go to the apothecary for. I don't know who made this deck and made the apothecary a bad thing, but the apothecary is what you go to for cures. Is where you go to, and people may have thought of that as dark, as back in the days before. Maybe even now, spirituality, like when you go to the apothecary or go to the botanica to get your candles, your herbs, stuff like that. people see it as a bad thing. So that could be maybe what people are seeing as well. They're kind of like, oh, this person's indulging in the dark side of humanity, you know? You have Mercutio, where you're very humorous, you're loyal, devoted, wild, and frenetic. I'm also hearing maybe people try to save you a lot, because that song is coming through. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her. So people try to save you, and then when you kind of push back against them, you are seen as a bad guy. So this just happened to me the other day. Honestly, I was minding my business, walking to the train station to go, about my business, and I'm just walking. Of course, New York guys feel the need or the audacity to kind of like say something to you when you're supposed to say something back or respond to them. And he was like, "Oh, you look beautiful," or whatever. I'm like, "Mm-hmm." Like I gave him a nod and kept walking. And he's like, "Oh, you're not gonna say thank you." I'm like, "Why do I have to say thank you? Because you felt the need to come out of your face and say something to me." I was sweating. I was like, just not in the mood at all. I was trying to get to the train to get the AC. Okay, I'm not in the mood. He's like, "Oh, you're beautiful." I didn't say anything back. I'm like, I shook my head, like, acknowledge him and kept walking. You're not gonna say thank you, and I'm like, "Thank you." He's like, "Oh, you're ugly." I'm like, "Huh, I know I'm not, because your first instinct was to say I'm beautiful. So I don't know why y'all think that saying ugly, like the sin of society, the dark side of human, where they give you a compliment, they're mad you didn't accept it properly, and then they turn brutal or they turn mean." And I'm like, "Bruh, I didn't ask for the compliment, first of all. I know I'm beautiful. Thank you. You felt the need to say something to me. I wasn't even looking your way. I was trying to make sure I wasn't sweating off my moisturize on my sunscreen, trying to get to the train. You were sitting here bothering me, you know what I mean? And I'm not in the mood to be talked to or bothered at all. And you're like, because I didn't say anything back, or I acknowledge you. What did you want from me? Oh my gosh, thank you. Oh my god, like, no, I'm not gonna give you all that. Sorry, you know what I mean? And because I didn't say that, you would be seen as high, turning up your nose or snobby. And I'm like, no, I was just trying to get to my destination because I'm sweating like a fool. Like, you think I'm like, thanks, but sometimes no, I'm not in the mood. That's the vibe that you're giving me. And then instead of you saying thank you or bowing down to this person or that kind of vibe, you're like, I know I'm pretty, thanks. And then it turns them into, oh well, you're ugly or f you or whatever, child, crazy. That's the kind of vibe that's coming through here for you. You banish people to where they belong. You sever ties. You protect from further injury. You know what I mean? That kind of vibe is coming through. Now we have Prince Aeschylus, and it's funny how out of all the other three groups, you're the only one that got Prince when I was talking about loyalty. So it has protection, kindness, and undertake. So you take people under your wing, it's something that's coming through as well. And then we have Dream. I just heard a few songs coming through. We have Oath of the Moon, Vows of Love. People really just don't want to vow their love to you, and you may not be the most reciprocal, because you're just like, I don't need your validation to feel good, to look good. You know what I mean? But thank you. I'll acknowledge you. But if I'm not giving you the reaction you want, all of a sudden I'm ugly now. Like, bye bye. Like, y'all too grown for that, child. If you're a man watching, not too much on you unless you do that. Then a lot on you. Shame on you. Fix yourself. Let me stop. Like, I'm getting hype in this reading, so maybe your son's like more hype, or you speak your mind. You don't really care what people think about you, which is why people are just like, oh, you're the dark side of humanity, that comes out around you because they feel envious that you acknowledge them. They feel envious that they're not as pretty as you, they don't have as much as you. That kind of vibe is coming through. Okay, so Dream, we have prophecy, hint, guidance, oracle, reveal, and symbolize. Yeah, but this whole protection, undertake, kindness, we have joy, positivity, security, ambition, confidence, acceptance, sophistication, relaxation, contentment, neutrality, modernism. Then we have severing ties and protection from further injury, as well as humorous, loyal, devoted, wild. Like, you do have a wild side to you, honestly. So I was getting a little crazy there for a second. But yeah, there's something here about you having a prophecy to fulfill, and it's funny how I was talking about Slytherin and Harry Potter, because Harry did have a prophecy to fulfill as well, And his biggest hater was freaking Draco Malfoy. His biggest hater, you know? Oh gosh. Now I'm hearing that whole Kendrick to Drake. I'll be the first to say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. If I'm ever gonna do something, it's gonna be direct, something like that. So you're not someone who's, saying things behind closed doors. You're gonna tell someone to their face how you feel about them, and that could be people thinking that you're like, you're blunt and you're honest, that kind of vibe. You're not hiding. You're not what do the people call it? You're throwing stones and hiding your hand. I don't know why that reference is coming because I really don't understand what that means, but I know I think that is coming through in that comes through in Michael Jackson's song Bad. So people think of you as a bad mamba jamma, literally. So he's like, you're throwing stones to hide your hands, you know? Like the how the whole thing behind that music video, or the premise behind the music video, was him going off to a big fancy school. Bruh, he went to a big fancy school, but he came from the ghetto, okay? And he was trying to better his life and better himself. When he came back to the ghetto and he was hanging out with those same friends, he didn't have much in common with them anymore. He didn't want to run the streets. He didn't want to do the dark side of what they were doing. He didn't want to sin. He didn't want to be cunning and trick people into doing things, scamming, that kind of stuff. And because he didn't want to do that, his friends thought they changed up. He thought he was better than them. And he was just like, no, I'm just not interested in the same things. I'm going to this big fancy school to better my life. Yeah, that's coming through. Like I said, you want to better yourself. People be mad. That's crazy. Like, people tell you you're beautiful and you just shake your head or say thanks, and you didn't say it with enough passion or feeling, for them. Now they're mad. You're trying to better your life, get the better education, and people in your life are around you think you're better than them, kind of vibe. That's exactly what is coming through. Thank you, Spirit, for that example. Bad. Went away to a big fancy school full of white people, because he was, of course, a black guy from the ghetto. And when he came back in the music video, they want him to be bad and do the same things he used to do. He's like, I'm not that person anymore. I've changed, for the better, in his opinion. And they were like, trying to jump him, but he had his goons too. What's up? Like, he's like, you're trying to jump me at the train station. And it's funny how I was mentioning walking to the train station and this video came through. Like, it's crazy. The synchronicities is crazy. But yeah, like, you're throwing stones to hide your hands, You don't want to be seen as dark side of humanity, you know what I mean? But it always shows, because you kind of see through people in that kind of way, I feel like. But it's why you have that intensity about you. People are just drawn to you, and they want that, they want that profession of love from you. They want that, intensity. Or, how can I describe it? They want your full passion, and when you don't give it to them, they get mad. That's it. That's it. Oath of the Moon, vows of love. People want to vow their love to you, devote themselves to you, that kind of vibe, and you just don't allow that to happen because you're just like, you're too high above them. I'm hearing that song. She's so high, high above me. She's so lovely. You know what I mean? That vibe is coming through. Interesting. I'm glad I got to the bottom of it, because it was kind of pissing me off how they're talking about you're the dark side of humanity. No, you bring out the dark side of humanity in other people. They be mad. They jealous, envious. Yeah, gluttony, greed. Move. And you banish them, you sever ties, and you protect yourself from further industry. Exactly. Boom. It's coming together. I love it. I love it. Yes, yes. I feel like I'm going super saiyan. Yeah. That's just coming together. Okay. Yeah, you keep to yourself. You don't give people the reactions they want, and that makes them mad, essentially. Boom. But you're also someone who's like, you're a guidance, you're an oracle, that kind of vibe to other people who you open yourself up to. You're very useful to them. You help them. You guide them. But the people that don't are on the outside looking in, they be mad. Yeah. Now, I feel like I was talking forever, and I'm sorry. But I needed to get the message out, because I didn't understand what was going on. People feel that kind of devil energy when they're around you. They're obsessed with you. They want to know what's happening. They want to know what's going on next in your life. But you don't allow them inside. You don't allow them to peek, and they be mad. Yeah. Okay, so how does your person / other people view them? For those of you, if you're watching for your person, this person wants to vow their love to you. They think of you as a moon, mysterious. You're entrancing, you're hypnotic, that kind of vibe. When they're around you, they can't help but feel like you're their prophecy, you're their person. They see you as someone who does help people. I'm hearing, if this is your person, you're with them right now, they see you as someone who helps others, and you don't want people to know what you're doing in return. Like, you do things in secret, and you're not broadcasting to everyone. So it's kind of like you give people, you help people, and you don't need everyone to know you're helping people. The apothecary, exactly. You're coming up with concoctions. You're doing readings. You're doing something for the entirety of humanity, and only the people in your inner circle see that. You don't broadcast it to everyone. You keep you keep it to yourself. You help people on your own terms. You don't want praise for it. That kind of vibe is coming through, because you are meant to be this oracle, this guiding light for others. Okay. But yeah, this person feels like very intensely attracted to you and your energy. You hypnotize them. Yeah. You're very alluring to your person, how they view you. Like they're under your spell. Which could be something that they think of often. Like, did this person actually put me under their spell? Since you happen to be into maybe spirituality, you happen to be into tarot, you happen to be into apothecaries and herbs and the candles. They think, did this person put me under their spell? You know, did they make an oath to the moon to that kind of vibe? Did they kind of put something on me? You know what I mean? That kind of vibe is coming through because this person just feels so much when they're around you. That vibe is coming through. Okay. So I have to kind of center myself. So I'm reading for both sides, and I'm like, I have to differentiate for a second there. Okay. How do their person, yeah, you're home. Oh, so sweet. When you're home, I'm home. That song is coming through. We'll make a palace of this apartment. Only the two of us starring. And something, when you're home, I'm home. That song is coming through. That is like When You're Home. It's a song by Tyler Shaw. When you're home, I'm home. So we'll make a palace of this apartment, starring something, starring us, something that I know. When you're home, I'm home. Something, something. You light up the disco. Something in When You're Home, I'm home. Something about that. So even if you guys are living, like I said, you make your apartment, you make your house look the best. Even if you're living in a not so great thing, you make things look good. You dress yourself up. You dress up your apartment. You're very good at maybe interior design, dressing up yourself, aesthetics, that kind of thing. Where you may not be rich, you may have come from the ghetto, you may have come from the dregs, but you're going places, you're going somewhere. That's how people view you, or your men view you as someone who's going somewhere. Some of them may be mad, and some of them may be proud. Your person's most definitely proud, and they're glad that you kind of chose them because you're home. When you're home, they're home. How does your person view them? How do men view them, please? Here we have patience, the bobcat and the blackthorn. Patience, you're someone who's very patient. How does your person view them, please, Spirit? How does your person view them? I'm hearing a lot of men are chomping at the bit for a chance with you. For those of you watching, for how men view you. Or even you, if you're watching for a specific person, this person could be chomping at the bit to get a chance with you or to get more time with you. Here we have creative ingenuity, so your creative genius, that is that aesthetic, that knowing how to dress things up, make things look good kind of vibe, make things look rich even if you're not rich. Energy is coming through. And then we have curiosity. That's that intensity. People are curious about you. They do think of you as someone who's curious as well. You want to learn a lot of things. There's a lot about life that you want to learn. I feel the need to put this one over here. That creative ingenuity with prophecy and hint. That's your prophecy. That's what you came here to do. To make things look beautiful. And people may get mad they don't have those same gifts. Make people, maybe you're good at makeup, you're good at dressing, you're good at what is it called? Interior design. You're good at making ugly things beautiful. Or not so appealing things. I don't think a thing is ever actually ugly. I don't want that word. You can have an ugly personality like some of these guys do. Shoot. So maybe I do believe in ugly. God, I don't like ugly. Anyway. I'll never be alone because when you're home, I'm home. That song just keeps coming through. I'll never be alone. This person never feels alone when they're with you, your person. Or when you're with people, they never feel alone. Okay, I want one more card, please. How does your person view them? Ooh, one card actually. Thanks. Get what you ask for, romance. And at the bottom of the deck, we have modest fortitude. So you are someone who is very modest. You don't walk around thinking you're the best of the best. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Take what resonates. But people know that you're going places and you're very modest about what you've achieved so far, And people still may be mad about that, which I don't understand. But hey, bring that out because I do think you're like very alluring and mysterious and just like other worlds like the moon. You take this out. You can still see that, but I do want to put this over here. Okay, you have what people need. You have what the people need, that apothecary coming through. Now, what I'm going to do is get into the how will your person describe your beauty. Immediately, I split the deck and we have High Priestess and Death. So people do think you're drop dead gorgeous as well as coming through, or there's something like very scary or intimidating about you as well. The High Priestess is like mysterious. Like this High Priestess of the Death card, Jesus. You're hard to read. You're hard to get to know. And even your own person finds you like hard to get to know a little bit. Or there's like something about you keeping what you do in the dark. You don't like allow people to be a part of what you do, but this person is grateful that you allow them to be a part of what you do. And here we have the High Priestess in reverse now at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, this person loves you. Open yourself up for them. You have Eight of Emotions, Eight of Cups. So your beauty, interesting. Yeah, wow. What was I saying about people telling you're beautiful and you just walking away from them? Eight of Cups is walking away from something. And we have this full dark. It's giving like a void moon. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure it's like a new moon. You're walking away to a new beginning. You know? You may have no problem walking away from people. How does your person view you? They want to romance you, and they do view you as someone who's very romantic. You're someone who's very sweet, someone they want to invest in. The Finch always gives me someone like valuable. Is what I'm getting, because there's something here about there's a movie like called The Finch, or like a secret Golden Finch or the Gold Finch, I believe, where it's about somebody like being valuable or knowing a secret. I think what's his name was in that movie. What was his name? Ansel Elgort was in that movie, and he's like a child who saw something when he was younger or had a secret that people wanted to know. Yeah. Wow, that keeps coming through. There's something about you knowing things that other people don't know. There's something very dreamy about you. You could be like an oracle, literally, where you know things before that they're going to happen before they happen. And people think of that as dark with the apothecary coming through. People think of that as scary. It's like, how does she know that? How do they know that? How does he know that? And it's like, I just have that gift. Leave me alone. You know what I mean? People think of it as scary. The way in that Golden Finch movie, the little boy saw something. His parents were studying a big art thing. I never saw the movie, but I saw previews of it. I wanted to watch it. Now this is reminding me to probably go watch it, or maybe you should go watch it. He had a secret from childhood that he took with him as he got older, and everybody was trying to get close to him, I believe, to get of that secret, because it was either a very valuable painting they hid, they stole something along those lines, and like a secret you have that people want knowledge of, they want to understand, to grasp it, but they can't. Wow, that's gorgeous. I love that. You have Four Voices. You're someone who's very chill, very calm. This is like giving luxury, relaxing in your big old bath, and bathing in the secrets of the universe. Look at you are a big, larger than life kind of person, bathing in the universe, literally. And we have this person at the edge of the water, like wanting to see what you're seeing, understand what you're understanding, but you only have access to this information, not them. Fascination. This person's fascinated with you. Here we have the Hangman, the Hang Muse. There's something like very chill about you, and I love how these cards came out in group one but in reverse. So maybe, I don't know, there could be a correlation between those two groups. We have Queen of Voices. Like I said, you don't hold punches. You're not throwing stones to hide your hands. You're telling people how you feel, and that's it. If they don't like you for it, they don't like you for it. That's just about it. And we have the High Priestess actually coming out. Excuse me. We have this crow, which is like scary. People think of crows as scary. They represent bad omens, death, which is funny because we had death coming through. But it's kind of like you get prophecies, literally. If you're, excuse me, I better not start getting hiccups. Stop it. You're giving me the Oracle of Delphi from Percy Jackson, where she knew it was going to happen, and she kind of warned Percy before he went on his journey, saying that you're gonna have you're gonna go toe to toe with God. You're gonna have a friend betray you, and you're not gonna be able to say what matters most in the end, kind of vibe. I think is what she said to him. So you give people prophecies, you tell people what's gonna happen, and then it comes true. So you're literally an oracle, which is why people think of your the dark side of humanity, especially for people who are closed minded. They think of, and that's funny because it's funny. I was at a bar one time and I was talking to this guy saying, "Well, I read tarot." He's like, "Oh, stay away from me." The cross was saying, "Oh, my mom read tarot and she was into some dark things. Or I don't believe in that, or I don't like that." I'm like, "Okay, what does your mom indulging in the dark side of humanity have to do with me indulging in the dark side of humanity? You're placing stigmas and things on me, and you don't even know me." I'm like, "I read tarot and I do it to help people, not to be dark. if I tell you what happens and it actually happens, that's a good thing, is it not? Because it's helping you along the way, you know? So there could be something here about you doing that in the dark because people have judged you before. Or, like I said, not seeking validation or praise for what you do for people. Is essentially you. The high priestess is someone, and with the queen of swords, you're definitely someone who brings truth and knowledge to people. So that queen, that high priestess in reverse is definitely someone who brings truth and light onto matters that were previously kept in the dark, if you will, you know. And I feel like you come up with ingenious ways to tell people the truth, you know. It's something that's also coming through. So, like, yeah, you're a tarot reader, but you come up with creative content that people had never thought of before, you know, that kind of thing. You're very ingenious in your creativity. And I do feel like there was something about that guy in the Golden Fringe, that movie coming through again. There's something here about him like being very smart, or maybe autistic, or Asperger's syndrome, something like that, where he was like very astute. But it's why he was able to remember what his parents hid or told him, that kind of that secret he carried throughout his whole life, kind of vibe, you know. So people can always trying to figure out your secrets, figure out how you do what you do, and they're never going to be able to do it. And because of that, they get mad. You know, maybe people be sending bad vibes your way, and you got to protect yourself better. It's something that just came through, a side message. Um, a hangman is also giving you hold up, so people be thinking of you. They hold you up in their mind. You know, where they're always like maybe expecting bad for you or just thinking of you a lot. You know. Okay, so your beauty. That's what we're supposed to be getting into. I'm hearing classic. You're a classic beauty, and now that song is coming through. You're over my head, out of my mind, thinking I was born in the wrong time. You're one of a kind, living in a world gone plastic. Baby, you're so classic. And I think he says like Hepburn, Beyonce, Marilyn, massive girl, you're timeless. So like, there's something here about your beauty being timeless, you being a classic beauty, that kind of thing. Um, it's also giving a little bit like ethereal vibes, like how this person describe your beauty. And it has to be because, like I said, with this whole Eight of Cups, people compliment you and you walk away from them and you're like, oh, I know, thanks. You know, like you're not someone who needs validation. You're like very confident. I do want one more card. What's the bottom of the deck? We have the Two of Voices. You're very decisive, or someone who's very indecisive. It's how men view you, or your person views you. Or they feel indecisive when it comes to you. They never know what they're going to get, maybe. But the High Priestess is definitely you're bringing light to certain things. And we have Temperance. Yeah, you bring the balance. You bring the balance. And at the bottom of the deck we have the Hierophant in reverse. So the Hierophant and the High Priest. So people, your person thinks you guys are divine counterparts, that vows of love. This person would vow to love you forever, kind of vibe. This person could want to marry you. It's how this person feels about you. Your person, if you're watching for a person. Yeah, Queen of Voice is very blunt, to the point, very intelligent, very smart, very sharp. Okay, maybe you wear like a sharp bob. You know how it's like cut sharply. You have like very sharp features, sharp eyes, sharp nose. Um, you deliver messages, omens. That's the crowd crow energy coming through. You shock people, maybe with your beauty. You shock people. You have like a very shocking beauty. Because look at how she looks kind of shocked here. Or like I'm hearing bedazzled. No, maybe you wear like very shiny, sparkly things. Bedazzler. You could have a bedazzler. This is like very like look how she looks classic, timeless. Anything works for her. You could wear a short bob. You could wear your hair short. You could wear your hair long. You could wear your hair gray. Wear your hair black. You could cover half your face. You still look beautiful and mysterious. People want to know more about you. You could wear a cutoff or like a very blunt, too short bang and still look good. And people just like really, really. Can you not look ugly for once in your life? Whatever you do works. That's not right. You know, that's the kind of thing that's coming through. And I love how we have like runes coming through. So like you, there is something here about like seeing hidden worlds. Very much a cold energy you give off. Here we have the sun. We have the different moon phases. So I do, yeah, there is something like very playful about you, joyful, positive as well. So it's kind of like you're the sun and the moon. And now that song is coming through as well. Or maybe your person considers one of you the sun and you're the moon, so they're the sun, you're the moon. Because I'm hearing she'll be the sun, you'll be the moon. That song by Dirks Bentley, I'll be the moon or you'll be the moon. I think it's I'll be the moon. And I think that's like kind of maybe people are willing to like cheat on their partners with you, just have a little piece of you kind of thing. Keeping the relationship secret could also be something coming through as well. Because he's basically in a relationship and he's like saying that the girl is like, she'll be the sun and I'll be the moon, meaning you only see me at nighttime. And there's like something like, there's a reason why he is doing these things with this girl who's the moon, because there's something alluring and mysterious about her that he wants to hold on to, but he's still not able to leave his person, who's the sun he sees in the morning and he sees her at night. So there's something about that could be coming through as well. But your beauty is like very ethereal for sure. Like you can get away with a bunch of different styles that nobody could ever get away with. I'm hearing you like to wear like a lot of patterns as well. You speak different languages, maybe as well. You speak many different languages, or you're able to read different languages as well. That's something that's coming through. Like it's giving model-esque. You have like a very model look about you because it's giving America. It's not model. Her pose right here and her pose right here. I remember those like photo shoots they used to have, and they would like all come out to the end of the and write the photo shoot. That's what this is giving me. She had her photo shoot and she's taking like all the little poses she had, and they would sometimes have props and things like that. That's what it's giving me. So you have like a very model-esque view. And I also was seeing her, she's like very, skinny here. So you could be someone who's very skinny as well. You don't have to be, honestly. But that's like coming through like model-esque skinny, like you don't like not enough meat on your bones, that kind of thing. And that could be something this person likes, so that's how men view you. Okay. So I think that's all that I have for you guys though. Maybe there's something here about a bold red lip as well. And I love how we had like romance come through with the finch and the peach, and then we also have like rose petals. So maybe you're someone who indulges in like baths, spiritual baths, or just like romantic baths. You put petals in the tub, and this person just sees you as someone who just like indulges in the finer things in life. Essentially, is what keeps coming through. But yeah, you have no problem severing ties, moving on, leaving people in the dust, that kind of thing. But that's all that I have for you now, for real, for real. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me. Use my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you watch this reading. Thank you for watching. As always, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.